6 weird pyramid theories you've never heard before. 1. The Great Pyramid was built by Noah. In 1859, John Taylor published The Great Pyramid, why it was built, and who built it. Taylor had never seen the Pyramid of Giza, but he studied its measurements, recorded by explorers. Taylor concluded that it was a repository for the divine system of all mathematical truths. He argued that it was built using a special unit of measurement. Taylor called it the pyramid inch, which was 1/25th of the sacred cubit. He believed that Noah, not the Egyptians, was the true architect.
He who built the ark was, of all men, the most competent to direct the building of the Great Pyramid.
2. The Great Pyramid was built by Satan. Joseph T. Rutherford was a leader of the early Jehovah's Witnesses. He was determined to put an end to what he called Christian pyramidology. Rutherford wrote a 2-part article titled The Altar in Egypt. He posited that the Great Pyramid wasn't built at God's command.
It is more reasonable to conclude that the Great Pyramid of Giza, as well as the other pyramids thereabout, also the Sphinx, were built by the rulers of Egypt and under the direction of Satan, the devil.
3. Levitation was used to build the pyramids. The famed psychic Edgar Cayce was fond of this theory. He believed the pyramids were built by Atlanteans, Egyptians, and Caucasians. These ancients possessed extraordinary mental powers. They used their telekinetic abilities to lift the massive blocks into place. 4. The Great Pyramid predicts the date of the apocalypse. This idea was espoused by Charles Piazzi Smith, the Astronomer Royal for Scotland. In 1864, he published Our Inheritance in the Great Pyramid. It revealed that biblical prophecies had been embedded in the architecture. Smith claimed that every feature of the pyramids encoded historical dates. The beginning of the Grand Gallery marked the birth of Christ. 33 pyramid inches later, it marked the crucifixion. The Grand Gallery terminated at a point between 1,881 and 1,911 pyramid inches. Smith interpreted this to be the period of Great Tribulation. It would precede the Second Coming of Christ. Some Christians actually believed Smith. They expected the apocalypse in 1881. 5. The pyramids were built for grain storage. Medieval Europeans believed the pyramids were granaries. Egyptian granaries are mentioned in the Old Testament. Egypt's pharaoh was disturbed by bad dreams. In one of them, 7 withered ears of grain consumed 7 healthy ones. Joseph interpreted the dreams for the pharaoh. There would be 7 years of abundance in Egypt, followed by 7 years of famine. He advised the pharaoh to begin storing surplus grain. The description of the pyramids as Joseph's granaries persisted for centuries. 6. The pyramids were built from the top down. In 1884, a scientific conference was held in Philadelphia. A paper presented at the gathering offered a unique theory. The pyramids were originally isolated hills, used as quarries. The stones from the quarries were used to build various edifices. Over time, the hills were cut into pyramids. This was done by competing engineers.